Buongiorno a tutti, siamo con la redazione giornalistica del liceo Cassini ai martedì letterari al Casinò di Sanremo, dove appunto Stéphanie Hochet ci presenterà il suo libro William. Bienvenue, Madame Hochet, et on est la rédaction journaliste du lycée Cassini à Sanremo. Et je voulais vous poser des questions sur votre carrière. Vous avez publié des romans, des essais et des nouvelles. De quelle façon adaptez-vous votre approche artistique à chacun de ces genres?
D'accord. Je parle français là. Donc bonjour à tous, merci d'être présents, merci d'être venus. Alors il faut à chaque livre que je me surprenne moi-même, donc il faut que le livre soit à chaque fois très différent et que ce soit comme une exploration. Et bien sûr, il y a des thèmes qui reviennent quand même si on regarde les titres de mes livres. On voit quand même qu'il y a des titres autour des animaux, qu'il y a beaucoup de livres qui se situent dans l'histoire. Et avec les deux derniers livres, j'ai écrit des livres qui se situent dans l'histoire et j'interviens aussi en tant qu'autrice avec mon opinion et ma vie aussi. Donc tout ça est une espèce de logique dont j'avais pas vraiment conscience. Okay. Pardon.
Merci. Ensuite, dans vos livres, le thème de la liberté individuelle est récurrent. Est-ce que c'est votre manière de vivre aussi?
Ah oui, c'est très très important. Si je devais choisir entre liberté, égalité, fraternité, qui est la devise de la France, je choisirais toujours liberté, parce qu'il me semble que, en fait, une personne qui choisirait égalité, par exemple, n'a jamais été privée de liberté. Je crois que la liberté, c'est c'est notre besoin à tous, et j'ai envie de dire à tous êtres humains, mais aussi à tout être vivant. La liberté, c'est absolument fondamental. Non seulement, bien sûr, alors je pourrais développer la liberté, c'est aussi ce qui m'a animée, par exemple, quand vous savez, j'ai fait des fugues quand j'étais adolescente et même enfant. Et j'avais eu cette sensation très forte de liberté intense à ce moment-là, même si à certains moments j'ai fugué aussi pour des raisons qui me contraignaient malgré moi. Mais j'ai toujours vécu ces fugues-là, et j'en parle dans William. J'ai vécu ces moments-là avec une espèce d'exaltation. Alors je dis pas qu'il faut le faire, mais c'est ce que j'ai éprouvé.
Merci. Dernière question. Et y a-t-il un moment précis où vous avez compris que l'écriture pouvait devenir votre métier?
Alors c'est compliqué. Je ne savais pas que ça deviendrait un métier, parce que je ne savais pas que c'était un métier pendant très longtemps. Et puis ma vie était normalement je me destinais moi vers en fait l'enseignement. Mais j'ai jamais quitté vraiment l'enseignement, parce que j'enseigne encore un peu. Mais j'imaginais pas que oui, je pourrais. Bon là maintenant, ça fait quand même pas mal d'années, ça fait 24 ans que j'écris des livres, donc ça commence à être quand même signifiant pour moi, pour les autres, et c'est à chaque fois un petit miracle, et à chaque fois c'est toujours très angoissant, parce que je me demande si ça va durer encore. Non seulement la capacité d'écrire, mais aussi est-ce que les livres attireront les lecteurs, etc. Mais enfin voilà, c'est toujours une prise de risque de se dire je vais être écrivain de toute façon.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, now let's change language from English, and okay, now we talk about your book, William. And the first question: how did the idea of telling the story about William Shakespeare lost years come about?
Thank you very much. When I was a student, I studied Shakespeare plays. Each year we studied one play by Shakespeare. I was in the big university, which is called the Sorbonne, and since I was 18, we worked a lot. Each play, and it was a discovery for me. And I wrote an essay about other theater, other writers from this time, who are called Ben Jonson and Shakespeare. And I wrote this essay about one theme which is quite funny in a way, because it was called the satirical women in The Taming of the Shrew and in Epicene by Ben Jonson. Then I left university and lived my life. Then I became a writer. But one day I discovered something else. I read a biography of Shakespeare. I read this biography and I was amazed because I didn't know anything about Shakespeare life. And this was really amazing for me because I studied Shakespeare each year in university, but the teacher never talked about Shakespeare himself. So I learned a lot by reading this book, and I found this mystery of the lost years absolutely magical, because we don't know what he did for 7 or 8 years, and those years are very important because those years happen before he became a writer and before he became an actor. So we don't know, and the historians don't know what happened to him at this time. They say that he left Stratford-upon-Avon, which was his city. Well, it wasn't a city, it was a village. And no one can tell you what he did. So I asked myself, then, I think I'm going to be the one who tell you what he did. And this is how it began. But I wanted the book to be very precise. So I read precise biographies, and I wanted the time to be the time I was describing. It was very precise. I wanted to put the reader inside this age, the golden age. Then I said to myself, well, this is nice, but this is going to be an historical novel, and I don't want to write another historical novel. I'm going to write a different novel. I'm going to tell people what I think about this or this, and I'm going to tell why I'm speaking about William Shakespeare, because he was very important to me, and because some events in his life was very close to mine. I mean, he disappeared. He left his family. And when I was a teenager, I used to go away when I was fed up with my family. So I began like this to write his story and write my story. And this was a very strange book, and but it worked. It was making sense, in fact. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why did you choose to intertwine autobiographical reflection with the narrative, and what is the relationship between Stephanie and William?
So, as I said, what I liked in this area, in this Renaissance, was that the people of the time, they didn't think like us. It was different. Everything in life was different. For instance, I like to give it some details. When you wake up, you don't have coffee or tea. It doesn't exist. And you don't rely on water. You drink beer all the day. So this is one little point, but everything is different. I wanted to warn the reader that there was the plague, like for hundreds of years, and so people were very in danger. And I wanted to show that comedians at that time, it was quite a dangerous job, and those were like hooligans. they were not very well seen. They were bad guys in a way, and William wanted to be part of them, which is a very bizarre in a way, because he was coming from a middle class family from a small town, and his father was a bourgeois. So everything was made so that he would not success in life for himself. And everything happened when he left. When he leave, everything is happening for him. Well, and you were talking about my own life. Well, this was with William, the book. It's the first time I come inside the book, come inside the novel, and tell my opinion about this or this. And trying to make a historical novel something else than just an historical novel. Because you see, if you read an historical novel, sometimes you can say to yourself, like, it's like going to a party with a costume, but it's not natural. So I wanted to be very intimate, very natural too. So that's why I mixed his life, my life, and so on. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for the interview, and
Thank you. You're welcome.